I want to tell y'all how I'm feeling today. It's going to be kind of hard to explain, but don't worry, people. I'm going to do my best. Like, this is how I'm feeling today. You know, I know who's going to understand how I'm feeling. I do. And I know who isn't going to understand how I'm feeling. You know? Today, I'm feeling like a Negro on a sunny day. What? Ron AP Mack, what are you talking about? AP Mack, like, what is going on with you today? Listen, it's a really good feeling. But it's one of those things that can be really two-sided. A Negro on a sunny day, and whoever understands me knows what I'm talking about. You can be a Negro on a sunny day, and you can be feeling like that dude. You know what I'm saying? You be feeling like you on the top of the world, you on the top of your game, and ain't nothing that can bring you down. That's the good side to that feeling. But then there's a bad side to that feeling. You know who is feeling that right now? Normally I don't go shouting this out. But free the boy ASAP Rocky. All right. Listen, I don't go out here out on a limb just screaming out, free every rapper. Because not every rapper belongs out on the streets. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple that I feel like that are, wronged. You know what I'm saying? Just because of their status. But there's some that aren't. I'm not going to be out here screaming or yelling out, free little Muck Murder. Hopefully that's not a real rapper because I don't want no beef. But listen, I'm not going to be out here screaming free Muck Murder after he just shot up the block. I'm not going to do that, people. That's not conducive. That's actually counterintuitive. That's coonery, if you will. Because I see a lot of you people doing that. Free little Muck Murder, he ain't do nothing wrong. You right. He only shot about 4-5 people. Coonery, stop it, please. But this ain't about that, man. It's about ASAP Rocky. Now, I'm not going to get all political and into the details. I'm not even going to get on my soapbox today. But I just wanted to say that because I understand. I've been in that position before. No, obviously not in the rapper status. I am not that big yet. I got like 200 fans, maybe. I do appreciate all of y'all, though. All 200 of y'all. If I got 201 today, I appreciate you too, even though you knew. But I've been there, man. I've experienced it. I've been around this world, man. And I've been on that other side of feeling like a Negro on a sunny day, on a bad day. Trust me, man. Like, I've been everywhere except for Europe. Actually, I haven't been to Europe. Shoot, after this incident, I don't even know if I want to go. But man, I've been a lot of places, man. I really have. Like, I've been a lot of places and I've experienced a lot of things. I have. I really have, man. Like, one place I've been to where I felt like a rock star, even when I wasn't, is Vietnam. Black people, I'm talking to y'all. If you've never been to Vietnam, you might want to go. I'm going to tell you about my experience in Vietnam. It's a good experience, man. It was a great experience. But you go over there and sometimes you get a little overwhelmed. You get a little bombarded, man. Like when I was there with the military. So it was on a whole different status. It was about, I think total of my unit, it was about 90 people total, maybe. I can't remember everybody. It was about 90. And it was about 7 or 8 of us that were black. Now, let me tell you, people, my military unit was one of the first units back in Vietnam since the Vietnam War. Okay? From the U.S. Right? So, when we got off that KC-135 and they seen Americans, they were happy, I guess, right? Military, cool. But when they seen us black people, Man, you would have thought that we was like some mystical creature or something like that. Man, they eyes is all wide. Yes, people, the myth, the legend is real. Black people do exist. Really though, really, man. It was crazy because it was like 120 degrees over there when we went. And it was like 90% humidity. Okay, this kind of threw me off. Because when we landed, you know, you can see out this one little window on the KC-135. I actually had a nice little jump seat by the window. For anybody who's not in the military, just be glad you don't have to ride these things. But anyway, or I should say fly these things. But anyway, had a nice little jump seat where I could see out the window. And I seen people in hoodies and everything like that, right? And we're still coming out of the air, so I'm still kind of thawing out. You know, if you've never been on a military aircraft, there's no temperature control. So when you're up in the air, you are freezing. And when you come down, you still trying to thaw out, right? And so I didn't realize how hot it was until they opened up that side. And all of a sudden that heat came blasting in. But the thing that threw me off is everybody was in hoodies and masks. I'm like, yo, what is going on? What is wrong with y'all? Obviously they used to it. But anyway, we getting off. People coming up to us, hugging us, shaking our hands, touching our skin, touching our hair. They never seen this before. I mean, most of these people, I love Vietnamese people, man. I really do. But most of these people hadn't seen a black person since the Vietnam War. Like I said, we weren't even in a touristy location. We were in, what was that city name? I think it was Tam Key. But then we also did some work like out in the jungle and stuff like that. We was out there on the humanitarian mission, man. It was real dope. It was real cool. But the thing is like, it was great, man. Everywhere we went, people wanted to take pictures with us, man. But the thing is that, I'm not even gonna lie, it got a little overwhelming. It got a little annoying, right? I mean, I did get a slight tad. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a people person. And listen, I love attention. So it wasn't really annoying me too much, you know? The part that annoyed me is when men were doing the same thing that the women were doing. Coming up, hugging us, kissing us, and rubbing on my hair. Yes, I got waves. Thank you. I appreciate it. Stop touching me, please. Chill. Now, there's a couple of folks. Now, listen, people, just because we're in the military don't mean that it's some people that ain't from the hood that ain't gonna act like they from the hood. I had to be like, yo, chill. They just showing us love, man. Let's not get in a fight out here. People were following us around. You know, people was like, yo, they need to get away from us. They trying to fight. And I'm like, yo, chill. They just showing us love. I understand it was annoying. It was sometimes. It was, you know. I mean, listen, I know a couple of guys, though, the brothers that were with us, you know what I'm saying, that weren't too upset when the women were following us around, you know, offering us food and drinks and stuff like that. I don't drink alcohol, so I couldn't take that. But they were offering other things. You know what I'm talking about. Now, I didn't turn down too much of it. I'd have been a horrible guest if I did, right? Really though, I would have. But the thing is like, that was a crazy experience, man. So I understand when it's like people are following you around, it gets annoying. And you like, yo, back up, and there's a language barrier and they ain't understanding it. You know what I'm saying? Actually, there's one sister that was with us, man. I ain't gonna say her name. Super cool, man. But she was about to fight these Vietnamese girls because they were touching on her hair as well. They were trying to kiss her as well. But also they were trying to touch her butt. They were trying to like size it up to see like, hey, is this real? How did you get this thing? She was real annoyed. I'm like, yo, chill. We good, yo. That was a good experience, right? But then I've also been to countries where it's been a bad experience like that, man. You know, where I've been in a situation where it's like, okay, dude, you better back up or it's really about to go down. Now, you got to have some serious restraint because in the military, if you go to jail overseas, they are going to leave you overseas. right? Because when you get off that C-130, that KC-135, that C-10, whatever it is you take over there, right? After you're done filling out the, what is it called? Like the papers that you can't bring like certain fruits and stuff into the country and stuff like that. I can't think off the top of my head right now, excuse me. But after you're done filling that out, they give you a nice little list of rules. You know what I'm saying? That tells you a lot of the laws in the country, right? And a lot of these countries don't really go for fighting too well, right? I mean, you would think, right, that their people do it all the time. But when it comes to Americans, they trying to throw us in jail. You know what I'm saying? For real. But let's talk about, man. That's where I was when I had this bad experience. When we was going places and they like, nah, no black man here. And you had people trying to step up on us like, hold up, yo. If you, first of all, you like 5'2", boy, you better chill. And we rolling real deep right now. You know, I mean, I know they probably was rolling deeper, but listen, before they crew came to help them, we was gonna get in it. That's all I'm saying. But we didn't get in no trouble. But I understand that experience, man, where it's like that bad experience, man, where you got people following you around, trying to test you, and you gotta be like, yo, chill. And I'm not even a fighter. Like, I'm a lover, dude. Like, but over there were a couple times when I was about to swing up on some folks, man. Like, for real. Like, listen, I have no desire to go back to bruh. None whatsoever. Other Asian countries, I'm down to go to, man. I'm down to go to. You know? But being black around this world, man, like for people who haven't been outside of the country, man, it's a whole different experience when you leave this country. Some people absolutely love us. Some people absolutely hate us, despise us. One thing I did realize, though, is that no matter where you go, women love you. Okay? Because we are the few and far between. Unless you go to, the continent of Africa. Yeah. Then you're going to be another one. Okay? Another one bites the dust. Sorry. Now you got to fit in line like everybody else. I mean, you might get a little bit more love because you're American, but that's about it. But anyway, yeah, man, I think the best experience I've had in a country is probably Colombia, man. People hear me talk about Colombia all the time. I love Colombia, man. Number one, Colombian people are straight hospitable, extremely hospitable. If you've never been down there, trust me, people, it is a very dope place to go, right? And for black people, if you've never been down there, you will blend in. What? I know about what? What are you talking about? Because you see what the media puts out to us on the perception of how Colombians should look. Now, one of the things I didn't know, which was extremely ignorant of me, because, we think we would, I think for sometimes as Americans, as American blacks, we kind of get this notion that we were the only people that were slaves, right? And we tend to realize, we tend to forget that a lot of other people in this world have been enslaved right along with us at the same time we were. And I think a lot of people don't realize that there are a lot of people with Afro diaspora background in South America. Now, I didn't notice until I got down there, and I'm like, where all these black people come from? What are they doing down here? I actually blended in. People really thought I was Colombian until I opened my mouth and couldn't speak too much Spanish when I first got down there. Now, I was down there for a few months. I actually learned Spanish because I was in Medellin, Colombia. It's a beautiful place. It is not what it was 20 or 30 years ago. I promise you that. But they think, or I'm saying they thought I was Colombian until I opened up my mouth. Los Estados Unidos. That's the first thing they say. They can just tell I'm American. But still, they still showed me love. Nobody followed me around. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was trying to touch my hair, touch my skin to see if I was real. No, because they see black people every day down there. For you people that don't know, right? A little fun fact, right? Colombia is one of the top 5 countries with the most black population outside of Africa. Brazil's number 1, above United States, right? Above Haiti, above Cuba. You know what I'm saying? All this is outside of Africa, right? For every 1 slave that was sent here to the U.S., 7 was sent down to South America. How's that? How's that for food for thought? A lot of people like, what? You go down there and you see all these black people, man. You like, damn, this is crazy. Beautiful people, man. Listen, Colombians in general are just beautiful. South Americans in general, man, listen, I can tell you right now, Vietnam is probably like the second place where they're like very hospitable. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, man, they're super dope, man. It's a super dope place to go to, man. If you've never been, I suggest you visit it, man. It's one of those places, man. It really is. You know, I'm always traveling, man. Like, and that was one of the times I went without the military, which was actually an even better experience. Because anybody in the military knows that same thing. Once you get in country, they give you this nice long list of restrictions, right? This nice long list of places that you can't go and things that you can't do. And 9 times out of 10, it be the places that be jumping. It be the places that be lit that they don't want you going to, right? I don't know. I understand. Especially when you're younger and you in another country. Yeah, they try to keep you under control a little bit because a lot of people don't know how to handle themselves. Not to say that I'm the best at that, but I'm pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I am very good at it, you know? I really am. But I love traveling, man. I think that's one of the things that we need to do as black people, man. A lot of black people don't get out of the country like that, which is crazy. I know people from 21st and Cecil B, when I lived in Philly, that have never, ever, and I gotta stress this, left the city of Philadelphia. You ask these folks like, yo, what you trying to do? Man, I'm trying to get up out of here. Man. I'm trying to get up out of town. Oh, where you trying to go? I don't know, Cheltenham or something like that. Wait, what? That's right up the street. That's man, it's crazy. I know people from Egg Harbor Township in Pleasantville, New Jersey, where I grew up at, right? That have never left that place. They have never, ever left that place. And I think a lot of things is just, unfortunately, a lot of us, and I mean the area I grew up in, not a lot of money. Now, I'll get into that later about, you know, Egg Harbor Township versus Pleasantville, you know, because I lived on the borderline. You know, one side you go and you got places like the Shires where people got money, a lot of money. And then you come on over and you cross over Washington Avenue and you get to where I lived at, Blue Spruce. And then you had the projects right down the street, Woodland Terrace, you know what I'm saying, which was actually Pleasantville. 2 different worlds, bro. But a lot of people don't have money to get up out of there, man, which is crazy. And it's sad. And my friends all the time think like something's going to happen when you travel. Nah, man. For you black people that never been out the country, man, ain't nobody thinking about us. I'm telling you. Listen. Don't worry about getting kidnapped. I promise you. Cartel members, terrorists, they are not kidnapping black people. They know that they are not going to get fair market value for kidnapping us. R. Kelly Blue Book value isn't as high as you think. I promise you. Seriously. All jokes aside, man. But seriously though, man. Listen. If I ever do get kidnapped somewhere, you just make sure you keep about $75, maybe $100. That's going to get me back. I promise you. It's not going to cost that much. You know? Now, if I had blue eyes and blonde hair, I might be a hotter commodity. But since I'm not, I'm going to enjoy that luxury in life. I'm going to enjoy that luxury of being able to go around the world and not worried about nobody thinking about me. You know? It's kind of sad, but it's kind of great. It really is. You know, it's like that paradox where it's kind of dope, but it kind of sucks. But I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. I promise you, man. I really am. But like I said, man, this whole thing stemmed from what I was talking about with ASAP Rocky. Like I said, man, I'm not getting into the politics of it, man. I don't go deep into that, man. But like I can say, I can understand. I seen the video. I thought it was pretty crazy. Right? Now, my only question is to that. Where the heck was his advisors at? Wait, you making all this money, you gotta have somebody with you that makes smart decisions. I'm not saying he was wrong in any way, shape, or form. Right? He did extremely well of trying to de-escalate the situation. Right? Extremely well. But you gotta have that one person with you that thinks beyond that. 6 or 7 steps beyond that. Because what if this really does go down, this person doesn't back down, right? Somebody that's going like, hey, let me hit up the American consulate and let them know what's going on here just in case we have to get arrested. Heads up, people. I got a homeboy like that, man. Shout out to my man, Carl. Listen, every time I do something, this guy is always thinking like 6 or 7 steps ahead. And I'm like, man, I ain't even thinking that far. Sometimes it's kind of annoying, man, but it does keep me thinking because he's thinking for me, like beyond that, which is dope. So like when I get on and when I make it, like, yeah, like that's who I'm keeping with me. Cause if I got a situation like that, I know he's gonna be thinking about 7 or 8 steps ahead. He's always playing chess in his head with everything, man. Like I said, it's kind of annoying. Chill. Sometimes I'm like, yo, chill, relax. But in the end, it's pretty good. It's pretty good to have a person like that, man. It really is. Even if you not trying to be a musician or an actor or whatever, listen, it's always good to have that logical person on your side. Trust me. That person that thinks tactically and strategically. Because we don't always think that way. Me, I think I'm a pretty smart person. But sometimes I don't think that far ahead, and it's good to have him around. I promise you, man. It is. Actually, it's great to have him around, you know? But today is a good day for me, man. I really hope that situation gets resolved, man. I really do. I really hope it turns out for the best. You know what I'm saying? You know? Like, I only want to see good things out of this, man. Like, I really do. And then he can come back and maybe tomorrow or the next day, or whenever he gets out, he can come home and feel like the Negro on a sunny day that I'm feeling like today. Really, man. Anyway, thank you for joining. I appreciate y'all as always. It's the Ron AP Mack Show. Don't forget to subscribe. Also comment in the section below. You can also check me out on my website at ronapmac.com for more exclusives.